This time on Edges Unknown.
I've never claimed to be graceful.
Are you okay? Wow, there's a lot of water.
We are sinking.
Everywhere you look, there's just hot embers everywhere.
It's one of those things where you know you're gonna die immediately.
We're on the shores of the Yukon River. We're about to build a boat, travel down the river, explore the valley, and hopefully find some gold. We're following in the footsteps of the original prospectors who battled the waters of the mighty Yukon River over 100 years ago in search of fortune.
Don't start getting crabby with me.
Such a waste of time.
Hopefully Cliff and I don't kill each other.
Whatever. It's gonna f***ing collapse.
My name's Brett Rogers. With my best friend Cliff and our camera guy Max, we're going to be taking on the toughest jobs of our pioneering forefathers. Extraordinary men who headed into uncharted territory, facing danger, backbreaking labor, and unforgiving landscapes to lay the foundations of major industry. We're going to see if we can do the same.
Let's go see how hard it can be.
We're in the far north of Canada, along the Yukon River, about to build a boat.
Our goal is to travel down the river, explore the valley, hopefully find some gold.
We're following in the footsteps of the original prospectors who traveled the Yukon River over 100 years ago. Our next stop is somewhere down the river to look for gold.
And our end point is the Yukon-Alaska border, which is pretty far away, and obviously we need a boat that's gonna work. And if everything goes to plan, we'll have a boat built by the end of the day.
During the Klondike Gold Rush, regular guys had to build their own boats and sometimes float over 100 kilometers down the river in search of fortune. We're gonna do the same.
On a trip like this, you're facing everything from really cold water, overhanging trees.
The current of the river can just suck us down and we'll never pop back up. Like, they'll never find us.
The gold rush was all based on people that just had that lust for finding gold.
These people had never been in this type of environment, and they never faced conditions like this. But that didn't stop them from coming in by the thousands. Hence the nickname Stampeders.
This river is super dangerous. Any river is super dangerous, but this is incredibly dangerous.
Back in the heyday of the gold rush, in one season, over 400 stampeders drowned in the Yukon River.
Our goal is to build a boat in a day.
It's like a deck, basically. Okay. 1, 2, 3 here are 3.5 inches wide, right? The 2x4.
So if everything goes well, it should be a great trip. If the boat doesn't come together properly, it's gonna be tough.
Okay, so we're building a 20-foot by 8-foot box.
Yeah.
Right, so that's the side view.
Our first step, we're gonna do this in like 3 phases, I figure.
Okay.
First the deck.
Yeah.
And then the bow and stern.
Yeah.
And then the sides.
The plan for the boat design is to build the most basic and simple boat you could possibly build that would be large enough for the 3 of us to be on and travel down and actually live on.
How much is the boat gonna weigh? Like before it gets wet?
I don't know.
1,000 pounds?
Yeah.
1,000 pounds, and then once it gets wet, it's gonna weigh 2,000 pounds. So, knowing the type of boat we're gonna build, I say our biggest challenge is gonna be actually getting off the river and stopping.
I guess we'll start.
Okay, let's do it. Well, building it by hand, but we're using, the tools available to us to build a boat as quickly as possible and as strong as possible.
That's why we keep it simple.
If you're a stampeder, would the 2x4s be logs? That's what that would look like?
They would have gone into the woods, they would have cut down trees that were green, and they would have milled their own lumber by hand.
They were using whatever they could get their hands on. Whatever the conditions were, you dealt with it.
So it's really about building something to the smallest standard possible that will not sink and get you to where you need to go.
You gotta build the boat assuming you're gonna, be moving at like 8-9 kilometers an hour going into a rock face that hasn't moved for like 400 million years. You start out with these big plans and then you get building it and you're just like, screw it. Just get this damn thing done and get on the water and we'll figure out the problems as we go.
It's so flexy still, eh?
Yeah.
That is weak.
And then in terms of like that flex, like what else should we do in here? Like we don't have to double up the bottom.
I think we should. I really think that's the...
Then why didn't we use thicker plywood then? It just would have been...
I don't know, The whole plan, the whole thought that we just talked about is thrown right out the window because we both opened our mouths and we just want to kill each other.
Because the thing is this, right? I mean, that's the other thing, is that you could just take a piece of plywood, cut a scab, and put it over top of the seam if you're worried about the waterproofing.
I'm not worried about the waterproofing, I'm worried about the flex.
Okay.
The issue with the boat is that it's probably too flexible, and there's a chance it could break up along the way. There's probably too much pressure on the seams, and that might affect our waterproofing.
We're not gonna get it done today.
Huh? We have to.
Yeah, it just is such a waste of time.
Well, I know, but it's also a waste of time not using the proper adhesive would bond it properly into one piece. Don't start getting crabby with me.
Listen, it's an adhesive.
But the idea was to make one structure.
Whatever, it's gonna fucking collapse, break.
What's our main goal?
Get down the river.
Right? Which means we gotta get on the river. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'm thinking,
The other thing to get rid of the flex is to put pieces in.
which I think we should do.
Well, the reason why we have it flat is we have more surface area to disperse the water, which will create flotation.
And it's also the quickest, most simple way to build a vessel.
And inexpensive.
We just might want to simplify the design and just literally make a box. What if we just said F it to having a 45 on the bow and stern, and we literally just build the most crudest boat ever built in the history of the Gold Rush? What do you think, Max?
Voice of reason, buddy. Tell us what you're thinking. Are you fine getting on here?
Not with it that flexible.
Nothing like a little stress. If I were to show my 2.5-year-old a picture of this vessel, I don't think he would say boat. He'd probably say box. But at the end of the day, if it floats, it's a boat.
It's gonna be interesting to move this when we do get jammed up on a sandbar or something, which is inevitable.
Every year, a handful of people die. It's not like a class 5 whitewater river, but there's a lot of torque in the Yukon. So you gotta respect it.
There was 2 people killed 2 weeks ago,
Was there?
and CarMax hit the bridge.
My sister had a friend in the Coast Guard. They were on a canoe trip. There was 3 canoes. 2 of the guys went around the island. He went around the island the other way with his dog. And when they got to the other side, the canoe was floating and he drowned somehow. Again, it's not whitewater, right? But it's just a relentless current. And if you get caught and you get pulled under and no one finds your body, or they find it 2,000 K away.
It has no inclination to protect you or to make sure you get to where you want to go. It takes where it wants to take.
Which is going to make our journey over the next few days more dangerous.
Would you feel safe putting your kids in this boat and go down the river?
The honest truth? No.
I put my kids in this thing any day. I stand behind what I build.
We're on the Yukon River, and we're about to follow in the footsteps of the original prospectors during the Gold Rush. We just have to finish our boat, and then tomorrow we'll launch for Alaska.
Nice work, Cliff.
I think it's gonna drop. I think it's gonna sink in like a foot, at least. There is a lot of weight here. I don't know if it's gonna float.
Now, once it goes off the edge, are you worried it's going to go onto its side?
I'm not thinking that far ahead.
It's freaking heavy, man.
Guess we're gonna find out soon if it floats.
1, 2, 3. Push!
Look out! Whoa! Let's get the bow lines out. 1, 2, 3. Here we go! I didn't think we were doing that, 2 of us.
This floats like a dream. That's ridiculous.
Wow. Little victories in life make it worthwhile. Boats in the water went way better than I thought. Thought there was no way Cliff and I could do it. I thought we'd definitely have to get Max for sure. There's like an inch of draft. Very sturdy. I don't see any water coming in.
Oh, it's definitely coming in.
It's all good.
That's what it is.
It's a wooden boat that's not waterproofed, right?
Yeah.
So it will swell and then it will stop, and if we have to bail it out, we bail it out.
We're gonna load up and go and take the extra lumber with us just in case we need it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make some adjustments with this oar, but as long as the boat floats, I'm happy.
Wow, we're moving, dude. Wow, this is cool.
I know, that's the crazy part, right? We built it in a day.
I'm proud of your engineering.
Yeah?
I'm sorry I doubted you.
Well, it's team engineering. This boat could literally have 2 feet of water and we still be floating no problem. It's gonna take up more than an iceberg to sink this baby.
We have a short time to build the boat, get on the river, and get to Alaska. We'll pan along the way.
Which does create a realistic scenario to what the guys would have faced back in the day, because it was about building a boat and getting to the gold as quickly as possible.
We got the boat in the water, it went way better than we thought, and she's floating, maybe an inch of draft, and that's it. A little bit of water coming in.
Just a little bit of water coming in.
There's so much surface area, I'm not really worried about it right now. I'm just happy we got it in the water and we can push off.
How fast do you think we're going?
I don't know.
Like
10K?
we're flying right now.
Faster than I can walk. Run for that matter.
The river is relentless. We don't have an anchor. Imagine driving down the highway and not having brakes.
You're just trying to work with the current, right? You're not fighting it at all.
Overall about the boat, I'm very surprised that it actually sits so high and floats so well.
How does it feel to be on the river?
It feels great to be on the river again. It's like my therapy.
Unfortunately, our happiness was short-lived.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here comes the Eddy. We're stuck in an eddy. We'll spin it around. We'll catch the current again. We are not moving.
Wind has pushed us in. Current's over there. We're stuck in a back eddy, which is when the currents turn. Basically, the current's actually going this way right now, upriver. We're not moving very far or at all. Now we're beached on the shore here. So I'm gonna go try and pan for gold up here. It looks like there's a river or a creek coming in.
If you want to find gold, you gotta look in the creeks. As the water moves slowly, the gold is deposited into the rocks and gravel in the shallows.
From trading with the First Nations and the geography, like they knew there had to be gold somewhere out here. And this is called placer gold mining, where you have a pan and that's all you need. And you put your pay dirt in here, you rinse it out. Gold's very heavy, it's dense. The gold will fall to the bottom. But I'm no gold miner. I don't really know how to gold pan. But I don't think there's gold in here.
The chances of us finding gold are very slim because all the easy gold has already been captured. Finding gold is such a hard thing.
Ain't no gold here. Gold panning was typical gold panning, found nothing. So we are gonna basically just get the ropes out and walk this thing for a while. Hopefully get moving again. Because we're not gonna get anywhere if we're stuck like this. You know you're having a bad day when you can walk your boat faster than you can float. We're gonna get back on the oars. Hopefully we can get back into this current. Like literally 200 feet that way, we'd be going about 10K an hour. But we're stuck in this back eddy just spinning off the shore.
Oh, we're not going anywhere. We're just gonna hop in and push.
It's a river to be respected and to be reckoned with, and just when you think things are going good, things turn the wrong way and you're in the water.
It's really deep. I feel like a stampeder now. They probably have to do this a bunch of times, eh?
Oh yeah.
Out of the water to get back in. Hey, you're putting water in the boat.
Okay, we should row so we don't have to do that again.
Total 180 from earlier today. Hopefully we get back in this channel because we still want to make some more miles before the day's up.
Every time we go into something, we always have high expectations, and We get bit in the ass right away, put it in our place, and then we gotta figure it out.
Come on.
So that's how you get out of the back eddy.
Can you hear that on the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it looks a little choppier with a rock outcrop up here, but some choppy water.
Not sure this is where we want to be.
It looks extremely narrow.
Oh boy, what do you want to do here?
We don't have much of a choice. Not ideal boating conditions.
Paddle, hard!
But we just gotta ride it out and hope it all works out.
Not much we can do, eh?
Job.
We're just gonna keep her here.
Other way, right.
Nice. Wow.
It reminds you that you are actually on a river when you go through some rough water like that. That was kind of hairy, but we're not in the clear yet.
There's a high incentive for Cliff not to sink the boat because he doesn't actually know how to swim.
We have a boat that's leaking, so that needs to be resolved. We have oars that suck. That needs to be resolved.
There's a lot of water in this boat.
That needs to be resolved. Other than that, you know, we were saying it's going pretty good.
Well, we haven't tried landing yet.
Yeah, we haven't tried landing yet.
Captain, this boat's taking on water. There's a considerable amount of water over there.
There's a lot of water here. Like this 2x4 is underwater.
That could be a little concerning. We might want to look into that. Or you should just be on a diet.
But if we don't correct the trend that we're trending, we're not gonna make it very far.
For a boat that we just launched today, yeah, there's a lot of water in the boat. I guess that's the downfall of building a boat in a day.
That's the best part, is watching bubbles come in.
That's a heavy leak.
But there's an awful lot of water coming in.
Yeah.
No, it's like pissing in.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to like constantly bail this boat out and hope that it swells up and stops leaking.
We're not gonna be able to bail as fast as it's coming in over here. We are sinking. Great.
Okay, let's try and land it then.
Okay.
You don't have a bail bucket?
No, we don't have a bail bucket.
Let's just hit the island up.
Yeah. I guess if we get close, one of us can jump out. Look at the boat, it's starting to go like this.
Now should we be concerned, Brett? We're sinking. We need to get to land now. You just get me close. I'll get us on that island. We're gonna miss it.
Let's just cut for a sec on both.
Yeah.
Max, put the camera down. I need you here.
Max, help us! I'm going to land.
Me too.
It's day 2 of our journey, following in the footsteps of the Klondike Gold Rush stampeders on our way to Alaska. Unfortunately, we have a problem.
The boat had a little bit of water, we were doing good, and then all of a sudden we started taking on a frightening amount. When we had to basically have all hands on deck, we didn't film the landing until the very end because...
Look at it. It's pretty self-explanatory.
So,
That happened in 20 minutes.
I know.
Once it's like half full and you tip just a little bit, we're tipping all the way. It's dangerous. It's freaking dangerous.
If we don't correct the trend that we're trending, we're not gonna make it very far.
We're gonna sleep here tonight. It's gonna take a while to bail that out, and we're gonna travel down the river, find a better beach that's not like this, and we're gonna have to get the boat out of the water, which is gonna be hard. And then hopefully find the hole, fix it, and keep moving. Making it to Alaska is not even really on the table right now. Finding gold's not even on the table. Just dealing with this problem is the only priority. And
It's almost like it was too good to be true. It was too good to be true. This is when I question how soft I really am. I've already had enough and I want to go home.
that over there is the platform that we're sleeping on.
We've taken all this stuff off the boat. The boat's not gonna go anywhere. Let's just go to bed, sleep on the boat, on the platform, and deal with this in the morning.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Let's go to bed.
Yep.
Say goodnight, Cliff.
Good night, Cliff.
Still friends.
Barely. Look how much water's in here. I really have no idea what the hell we're gonna do. I'm actually pretty concerned about this right now. The hell were we thinking building a boat in a day?
This wasn't the type of gold panning I was hoping for. Bailing my boat. We're gonna basically bail the water out, see if we can find the hole or holes, and kind of take it from there. Pump would be nice right now. Not what we were expecting. You know, I knew we were gonna get some water. I did not anticipate that the boat would be sinking by the end of the day. I would describe as a rapid pace. Oh, we're making a dent.
Like it's coming in faster than we could bail it. It's just a giant gap between the plywoods. Right here, you can actually see that the plywood has moved away.
Like the stampeders before us, nothing ever goes to plan, right?
It really starts to weigh on your psychological well-being because you're not going as fast as you could be.
We're moving, we're floating.
Yeah.
And you can still look at the same mountain that you saw early in the morning and it's now the afternoon. It really kicks you in the nuts.
Overall, for half an hour on the water, I'm pretty happy with how little water has come in. You know, we do need to find a good beach and make the necessary repairs. I like to get the boat out of the water, build a proper bail bucket, and build better sweeps.
That makes two of us.
Yeah. And hopefully find some good creeks to go gold mining and then ultimately make our way to the Alaskan border. I think we pushed the boat around here a bit. There's 2 posts here and there's firewood.
I'm just really not into this right now. I gotta just get my magnifying glass.
We're gonna make a fire and render down some pork fat and pine tar as a waterproof.
Magnifying glass?
We're gonna use that to make a bail bucket and then also save some so we can patch the boat up if we need to. It's like they say forest fires start with people smoking cigarettes and chucking them. We can't even get one going. Oh, we can. Nice work. That was a true teamwork fire starting experience. What do you think of that, Max? Pretty good?
That was cool.
Yeah.
Keeping your vessel watertight is essential if you want to stay above water.
So this is our pork fat. You just basically want the fat to heat up and to bond with the pine tar. It should become one substance that we can use as a waterproofing. Back in the day, they would have used spruce pitch, which is the sap that comes out in the spring. Let's see how this goes. I don't know, this is just a big experiment, to be honest.
When you're a stampeder, there's only so many options that you have to repair something. I'll go attempt to make a bail bucket.
I'll be here stirring my brew.
Where's your witch's hat?
Yours kind of looks like a witch's hat. Another day at the office, Max. Living the dream, you know? Stirring pine tar and pork fat down by the river.
What are we doing, Cliff?
We are gonna attempt to build a bail bucket, a square one.
You could even use the 2x4 around it if you wanted. Maybe that's a good idea.
That's a great idea, Brett.
The idea behind the bail bucket is to get water out of the boat when we need to.
It looks thicker.
That's chunky.
We're using pine tar and pork fat, and we saw grizzly bear marks just over there. So Bear's gonna walk and be like, oh man, that smells good. So we're using the screws, it's gonna hold it. We're putting the pine tar on it.
If it works, then we'd use it on the boat.
And we're hoping that this just helps bond it a little better. Good?
Yeah.
And then handle, handle. And if it's really deep, you're scooping like this and dumping the water out. Since the leak is kind of under control, we figure why not use this lumber and build some better oars.
And what we can do is we can shave them down a bit for our hands. Looking ahead, I am excited to be getting back out on the river. I would like to speed things up. I would love to be out there from dawn to dusk, to be honest. Pretty confident these oars are going to help us. I kind of can read the water a bit better.
And I think these are gonna work much better, give us more control, allow us to get to creeks so we can actually try and find some gold and make it to Alaska. The plan tomorrow is to make some distance, to get out there early and to travel all day into the evening and, you know, try and put it a good 12, 14 hours in.
If we can't make it to Alaska, or at least damn close to Alaska, it's a complete and utter fail for me, and I'll be so discouraged and disappointed.
Today did not feel like an adventure. Didn't really want to be here, but the boat feels safe, right? You gotta keep moving. We need to try and find some gold, and we need to make miles.
We're nowhere near where we want to be right now. We still have a long way to go on our prospecting trip down the Yukon River.
Woke up this morning, we got the boat packed up, and it just started raining. The boat's doing pretty good. There's some water in it now. We're gonna have to bail it out at some point. Got these new oars and we got a lot more control of this vessel now. The good news is these oars work great. The bad news is that we have quite a bit of water coming back into the boat. We can see it bubbling where we thought we fixed it.
If the fat and tar is hardened, it might be time to use it to seal the boat.
We're gonna have to start bailing soon. Try this new bailer out. The bail box works great. It's pretty heavy for one guy. It's just not really sustainable work. Let's try it together. But with the two of us, it's easy. We just fill it up, dump, fill it up, dump. We did about 20 buckets. Took, I would say, half the water out in the boat.
It's like a waterfall.
It's nice to know that we can move a lot of water quickly.
I guess there's something to be had about square bail buckets, even in modern day boats.
It's been our longest day yet, and we're making good progress. We're cruising anywhere from 5 to 10 kilometers an hour. So you do 10 hours on the river, you travel 50K. Alaska's about
80K?
Yeah, 80K.
Alaska or bust.
We're not doing that well as prospectors. We're too busy trying not to sink.
You tired from all that bailing?
Yeah?
We're so soft, eh?
No, I'm just annoyed.
We just finished bailing the boat again for a second time. It's raining pretty good, but I think it's more the leak than anything. It's not so much the rain filling it up. We just did 40 buckets together, emptying the boat. Yep. It seems good for now. I'm hoping that the rain does stop tonight. If not, we're gonna have to build some sort of shelter here on the boat. Just floating down the river, I could smell fire. See it? Yeah. There's either a cabin up here or it's a forest fire. We're not gonna be able to make a fire today using our flint and steel or our magnifying glass. So we're gonna see if we can actually harvest some fire from the forest, which is a first for me.
Never done that before. The question is, can we make it over there? Trying to move a square box across a river current. It's probably the worst.
I've never explored like a forest fire. Would it be hot still in there? I'm really hoping that we can harvest some hot ambers, bring them back on the boat.
We're not getting over there. We're not getting there.
Don't give up, man.
I'm not giving up.
You look frustrated.
I am. Get ready for an impact.
It's okay. Just put us in right here. Come on. We got it.
It better be a fire, because I'm soaking now.
This area has recently been a forest fire. It's been all burnt. We saw about 4 or 5 different shoots of smoke coming up, which means that there's probably some fire. And because it's raining all day and because we're cold, we're hoping that we can maybe bring a bucket and the axe and actually harvest some hot ambers, get a fire going on the boat, build a little fire pit. So we're gonna go investigate. Okay, let's do a little harvest.
I can see how that's tough to breathe.
Look at that, fire's coming right up.
It's not unheard of for forest fires to burn underground for years.
The sand's like boiling hot. That's crazy. It was raining all day. We thought it'd be hard to actually find fire, but we walked up and right away, there's hot embers everywhere. The floor of the forest is, you could cook an egg on it. It's so hot. Everywhere you look, there's just hot embers everywhere. We've harvested some of the embers into the pot with the axe, and we're gonna bring it back to the boat and see if we can get a fire going off of it. Nice little bonus after suffering for a day in the rain to find some hot embers like we just did in this forest fire. Look at this, it's like Christmas. I'm gonna build a little box and then put some mud and rocks in. What could go wrong? Having a leaking boat is one thing. Having a boat on fire, I don't really want to go there. Should do the trick.
Brett's constructing a fireplace, and I'm gonna gather some rocks.
Hey, can you give me some mud next?
We're using rocks and mud to essentially protect the boat from the heat of the fire so it doesn't burn.
It's like my 2-year-old kid playing in the mud. Like father, like son, right? It's better than having the fire pot right on. Okay, perfect.
And just in time, the weather's taking a turn again.
We got our fireplace built, but over up ahead, rain's coming back. Woo!
Hey, the boat's smoking.
It's raining harder than it's ever rained all day, but at least now we have a fire on board and we can make some tea, cook up some food.
Coffee's on.
This little fire will make the journey a lot more bearable.
I'm thoroughly impressed, to be honest. And we cultivate some fire, and then we can make tea, and life's golden again.
Made to serve. Cheers.
Cheers.
For that little moment, that wind keeps you going and gives you hope.
Wet enough for you?
Fantastic.
I'm cold, I'm wet. Definitely want to dry off and get warm. It has been a long, cold day.
Really coming down now. Prospectors or stampeders would have to stay out here and endure this, but yet we can go home in a few days. I think 10 hours of rain's enough. We saw a good spot up ahead. Pull over.
We're out here in kind of the most easy time of year to survive, and we're barely getting by. It's quite late. We've been slogging it all day, and we've managed to travel 35 kilometers.
I'm wet, I'm cold, I'm tired, I'm hungry, but glad we made some miles. Glad we have a fire going. Now we just gotta make a shelter on the boat. Just go get me a tree.
I guess I'm cutting a tree down.
Well, we need one to go across.
I'll be the designer of this, Brett. You just keep talking. I'm not listening.
20 feet.
Here we go. There we go. There's a specimen right there. So I really enjoy being out on the ribs, even though it's raining. I'm drenched and soaked. Still, my therapy, I'd rather be here than on a couch talking to someone. After we collected the fire and we had it on our boat, warming up, you could actually feel it like change your mood.
Are you okay?
I've never claimed to be graceful.
It's as remote gets in the 21st century.
Can't just call someone because you don't have a phone.
The same thing on the other side, please. And rather than going inland and building something, it just makes way more sense to just keep staying on this with all of our stuff. We basically have a houseboat. That way, if the boat breaks off and floats down the river, at least we're on it and we wake up and we're on our boat, as opposed to losing the boat. The boat's still leaking, it's still raining, it is cold. Just in time for the next round of rain. Time to warm up and go to bed. Woke up this morning really cold. It's probably about 5 above 0 right now. Didn't really pack for this cold of weather. I'm hoping today's not gonna be like a windy disaster just blowing us around. We're gonna push off, but first we need to bail again. Might be a record for water in the boat.
If we were panning for gold as much as we've been bailing, we'd be really rich.
We just pulled out 1,200 liters of water out of the boat. It took 80 bales to do. So we're warmed up now. It's cold, but we're warmed up. We had our morning warm up.
All right, let's load up and go.
Do it.
My only concern today is weather.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Back to work. It's full on. Wow. Force on that. Holy shit.
We gotta use every inch of our boat on this one.
Just don't break the sweep. The force of the wind is insane. The wind today is the strongest it's been all trip. We're moving, but not very quickly. We've made no distance today. We've gone maybe 3 kilometers.
We've got about 40 to go. If we make good time, we can try and find gold along the way. But this wind is really slowing our progress to Alaska.
How many hours has it been?
It's been like 5. So we're not doing very good at all. It's the wind. There may not be anything we can do.
It's really turbulent up here, the water.
Watch out!
Paddle, hard!
Come on. Starting to move.
Just keep going.
Come on.
Other way, right.
Oh, God.
Wind.
This could be close.
Oh.
That could have been bad. I didn't even see that rock. Normally, I'm not worried about hitting things, but because the wind was pushing us, I was afraid we were going to hit the rock, basically crack this boat in half.
That could have ended our trip to Alaska, retracing the route of the original prospectors.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's not one thing, it's another.
How come we're not moving?
We're not moving because we weren't paying attention, and the wind blew us into a sandbar. So we decided to F it, let's eat our beans and wieners, and then we'll deal with it after.
Been trials and tribulations every day, eh, Brett?
Yeah. Fix one problem, then nature gives you another one.
How do you get out of this thing?
We don't know.
Well, one of us will have to go in the water, and then if that doesn't work, we'll both have to go in and just walk it.
It's fun.
Still so shallow. Oh, God.
What do you want to do here?
We're not moving at all. We're going backwards now. We've barely moved. We've done maybe like 3-4 kilometers in 5 hours. Now we're kind of beached on the shore here. So I'm gonna go try and pan for gold up here. It looks like there's a river or a creek coming in. And Cliff's gonna try and seal up this boat a bit more.
I'm gonna pull out our pine tar that we've been letting sit for a few days to harden and see how it works. We're gonna open her up and have a look. Stick in there. Oh, it's tough. This looks pretty good, actually. It could work. Let's try some of this. Well, this is where we've been leaking. We're just gonna dump this in. I hope Brett's having better luck with gold. We buy a new boat.
Stampeders were people that were like, oh, I'm gonna go gold mining. How hard can it be? They knew there had to be gold somewhere out here. The only way to find it is to put in the hard labor.
I'm not sure if my second attempt at panning is gonna go much better.
Thought I saw some gold. If there was gold, the gold would be sitting along the bottom line right here. You could spend your lifetime looking for gold like this and find nothing.
And needless to say, we failed at this part of the job.
All right. This boat, I mean, she's not pretty. She leaks.
But in terms of the pioneer spirit of being a stampeder, of being a gold miner, and what the Northwest means, she kind of represents everything. We got it done quick and dirty and got on the river before we probably should have. Had problems right away, addressed them. You know, we fixed the boat, she was leaking. We had no way to bail her, we built a bail bucket. Our oars were no good, we made new ones. It started to rain, we put up a tarp. It was cold, we got a fire going. I guess you can call it the pioneering innovation, you know? That's kind of what we did. You use what you have and you find a way to make it work.
Got our camp set up, time to go to bed. Get to Alaska tomorrow. Had a pretty good sleep last night. We're hoping today's our last day on the river. Not that we want to get off the river, we just want to reach our goal and not deal with any more wind.
It's a little brisk this morning.
Let's get to Alaska, buddy! Yeah! Pushing for Alaska, looking forward to ending this expedition. Just need a day of decent distance, otherwise we're gonna be out here one more night.
I just want to point out that the pine tar mixture has worked. Believe it or not, the patch is held. I am actually blown away that it's working. Like there's no visible water coming in. That's great, eh? Yeah. I'm excited to reach Alaska, but what I'm really more excited about is, you know, attain our goal. We're really gonna push it hard.
We've kind of had all the highs and lows of an expedition. Weather, adversity, moving quickly, moving slowly, some laughs, some frustration, rain. But I feel like we've been on this boat for a month. Think about all the times you travel to the States and you're in the borderline, and here we are just walking into the United States. You're in Alaska, get back over here. We don't have a visa. Let's go up top. Nature knows no boundaries. America, Canada. That's wild though, eh? Like the Yukon flag, Alaskan flag, the swath goes all the way between the Yukon and Alaska. They cut that in the 70s. Have you ever had an Alaskan high bush cranberry?
No.
They taste a lot better than the Yukon ones over here.
Let's try them.
Our goal was to find gold. We did not find any, but we also didn't sink, and we're going home alive. Had a great adventure in the footsteps of the Stampeders, and now we're at the Yukon-Alaskan border. I have a foot in America and a foot in Canada. It's pretty wild. Pleasure doing business with you. Let's go home, Clifford. No gold, but we had fun.
Yeah.
Life's about experiences. I always say that we're on expiring contracts and we don't know when we're gonna get cut. So you might as well go for it and have some fun. And I think that's what Cliff and I have always done, and that's what, you know, kind of brings us close together with being out in the river. Is just, we love this more than anything. It's time to go home though.